Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to all everywhere. So, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I'm preparing for a Ramadan. So, excuse me if my voice doesn't sound the same or if I'm just looking really exhausted because I am. I'm a little tired. My body's a little achy. And yeah, so I'm preparing for Ramadan, and as you all know, that I am a Christian. I am not Muslim. Although I do respect different religions, I definitely respect what Ramadan stands for. This isn't about Ramadan, but I definitely wanted to express it since I brought it up. Y'all know that I'm a true blue Christian, like it ain't nobody's business. Um, but the purpose of Ramadan um, is really it's a it's about fasting, and the objective is to get closer with God. It's to have your spiritual walk a little, more enlightened, to be to have that relationship with Him, and so you want to do that fasting. And Christians believe in fasting. We're not always disciplined with it, and sometimes it takes a church as a whole to discipline together. And that is what Muslims do when they are doing the Ramadan. They are praying together, they are fasting together, they are in solidarity, they are holding each other up. And I really like that there is this spiritual fasting to get closer to the Lord. And so you don't achieve the closeness to God unless you are disciplined. And it is what they do. They give up drinking water, drinking everything, including water, from sunrise into sunset. And they also give up gossiping and negative energy and sexual activities and arguing and cursing. And so it's important. And they also take the time to do community service, to go out and donate to the poor and feed the hungry, um, and yeah, they're feeding while they're fasting. But at the end of the day, this is all about the discipline, and we should all be able to still give, even in our lack of, even in our temptations, because the devil is always going to tempt us. So those of you that are preparing for the fasting of Ramadan, or whenever this airs, are in your Ramadan, or have completed your Ramadan, I want to encourage you. I want to give you blessings in your walk, that the Lord just encourages you, and you're able to find that closeness and that oneness, or keep that closeness and that oneness. So that's what I have to say about that. But nevertheless, what I'm really talking about right now is that I do have my cheat sheets up, so I don't forget what I'm supposed to be saying. So I'm be looking up. I just really wanted to talk about what our design was for and how we should be treating people. And I guess that really brought in the Ramadan, because remember, we're trying to be a better us. We're omitting things in our lives to make us a better us. And so we're designed to have purpose and serve one another and serve our God. We have to learn to trust God and trust the path that He has given us. When we learn to trust Him, we're willing to walk with Him and to trust Him. When we're feeling alone, sometimes when we're alone, God has to distance Himself from us because of our own foolishness or because of our own growth. It's kind of like when babies are born, and we want to hold them and we want to make sure that they know that we're there for them, and that is perfectly healthy. But we also want to give them a sense of independence, that when they're feeling uncomfortable, maybe it is just gas, maybe they just do have to burp or whatever they have to do, that we give them the opportunity to soothe themselves, to learn that kind of independence, and that kind of gives them the growth and it teaches them that I can be strong. I don't have to lean on a person all of the time. And it gives them strength. I'm so sorry, I'm losing my voice. It gives them strength. And so sometimes God has to do that in order to let us deal with some of the foolishness that we've dealt with. Or sometimes he just has to leave us in that crib and let us cry to learn how to forge ourselves. To say, you know what, I made a mistake and I can lick my own wounds. I can say, I can get through this, and God is there to hold us through that, Learning to let God be God and let him take care of us and protect us and love us and embrace the design that he's made us to be, our identity. He's designed us to be who we are to be. When we embrace this and we learn to trust him, we don't have to feel insecure or incomplete. And people who say they have no insecurities, it's not necessarily true. Any of our security that's been shaken gives us a valid reason to be and feel insecure. Insecure is not always a bad word, but when we don't trust him and we put all our security in this world or in others, well, now we're leaving ourselves open to all this insecure, all this disappointment, all these expectations that are not even designed for us. So when we learn to embrace that and trust him, we won't have to feel that incompleteness. And walking in the purpose that he's designed for us allows us not to compare ourselves to anybody else. It allows us to see everyone for who they are and who they're not. It allows us to see ourselves for who we are and who we're not. We're all given gifts and talents. I love to sing. Anybody who knows me knows I have a full-blown concert in my car. I could care less if I could hit the note or don't hit the note. I can't sing like Celine Dion or CeCe Winans or Shaka Khan or the late Whitney Houston. But my hymns to the Lord make me happy. And I think it pleases God that I am singing my heart out to him. And when I'm singing other songs, they're not necessarily all gospel songs, I still think that it is pleasing to him. There are some songs I think that he needs me to sit in the wilderness by myself a little bit. All praises to the Lord. And but those are the gifts that he gives to all of us. And there are gifts that some of you have beautiful voices. And I just use singing as an example. Some of you are beautiful dancers or beautiful mechanics. You have perfect hands. Or you're very good with trees or children or animals. These are the gifts and the talents that he's given us. Some of us are excellent with money and some of us are not. And that's okay. But the gifts that he's given is for the glory of another. And allowing another to enjoy that glory is the ministry that God has given you. We have to learn to stop being jealous of one another, stop comparing each other, and stop putting each other in check. Like, girl, you know you can't sing. I wasn't singing for you anyway. Sometimes we just need to just embrace who we are as an individual and respect and love the gifts and talents of another. We need to keep checking our social media to find out how many likes we have and comparing them to the next person. The likes don't solidify who we are or solidify our identity. Christ does. God himself is a person who gave us our identity. Trust God and learn to let God teach you to trust yourself in him and to teach you to love yourself. Y'all know I've all been talking about. This is all about me and